is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
And we are live here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we're so glad to be connecting with all of you and answering your questions. We are the world, right? We are the light. So we are asking all of you to tap in, tune in, and be that divine best self, exactly where you want to be in your life. But how do you make that happen? How do you step into your personal power? How do you align with what is truly meant for you? Well, one of the keys is remembering that you're spirit. You are spiritual. Your energy is a spirit. And that is what's governing everything around you. Your spiritual being is the force of energy that has the power to shift, create, and change everything. But you have the power to choose. So we've got a spirit that's forcing and shifting and changing life with you. And then you have your free will. And sometimes we put a little too much emphasis on the wrong things. We get caught up in the ways of the world, the things that we want, we need, we want to accomplish. But really all we are is spirit, spiritual being that is here to make a difference, here to leave a blueprint of energy, here to carry on the family legacy. And I don't mean by how many houses and cars you have. I titled this week's show, Dust in the Wind, because all we are is dust in the wind. You're not taking those things that you have accomplished, your houses, your cars, your fancy jewelry, you're not taking it with you when you graduate to the ascension process of being back to spirit. We return to spirit. And we're here to find the balance of spirit. The yin, the yang, the balance of life. To understand that we're physical and capable of achieving and accomplishing so many great things with this physical being. And that we have the ability to express ourselves. We each have our own personality. We each are creative. No two people look exactly alike. Everyone's got their own unique features. You'll notice resemblance, but everyone is different. Everyone has their own blueprint of DNA. Because you are created in the most unique fashion. So that in a land of people, you are different. And as a spirit being, you are different. But there's a common thread that joins us all together. We all chose to be here in this reincarnation at this time in this world. We are all in this physical reincarnation because we have a soul contract. So whatever you see going on in the world that may bother you, guess what? You chose to be here. I was talking to one of my clients in Canada today, and she's like, "Oh God, please don't tell me I'm going to be American." I'm like, "Don't worry, you won't be American." But, it's amazing how we're being influenced by so many things, and you have to remember that your soul came here to be the light, to be the love, to be the energy, the gift that you are. And it's for you to express yourself in your own uniqueness and make a difference in other people's lives. And you have that power. Your loved ones came before you for a reason, to pave the way through different difficulties, challenges, tough economic times. They had their own story. I was looking up my grandparents' house in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And I was like, I want to see what the house looks like on the outside. And I want to remember that house. So I Googled it, right? It's easy to come up with the house. And it was fabulous to see. And I'm not sure what they paid for it. But now I'm like, oh my goodness, this house is worth quite a bit. And I'm sure when they bought it, and they struggled to get it, and I'm sure to make sure they paid their bills, guess what? It's far beyond anything I think they'd ever imagine it could be worth. And then I decided, well, let me see where my grandparents' little bungalow that my grandfather built in West Milford, New Jersey. And they left Fort Lee and ended up moving to West Milford after a while. It used to be like what we called the little summer place to go visit, go to the woods, go to grandma's, right? It was like all country. And I remember what it looks like perfectly in my mind, right? I would spend the summer there or a few weeks there, and it would always be just one of those memories. You have those memories. And so I pulled up the pictures. And the person who remodeled it, first of all, I don't know how it got from what I remember to what they did to it, because it was a very simple, basic, small little house, 3 bedrooms, nothing fancy. But what they did with it is amazing. But then as I scrolled through the pictures some more, my goodness, I found the pictures of what the kitchen looked like originally. And I was like, I remember where I was standing the last time I talked to my grandmother. I was standing right there. And I remember we were talking about a heart operation she was going to have. And she was weighing the pros and cons as to whether it would be the right choice for her. And the doctor said, well, she had a 75% chance of being fine and 25% chance of not being fine. But she had a 90% chance of just one day moving around and just dying if she didn't get the operation right away. At least that's what she shared. So I could see that conversation in my mind, and I could see us standing there. And now our body's dust in the wind, and her spirit is here. But it's just not physically here like we want them to be. It's just like in this world right now where so much is changing, and I know there's a lot of fear, a lot of concerns. And maybe you're looking back in your life and you're saying to yourself, what could I have done differently? Maybe a few choices, but look at it this way. You're here now. We can't go back in time and change. But understand that everything's going to work out. And no matter what's going on, no matter what we see as difficulties, things are changing. Everything's always changing. And just if you feel like it's changing for the worst in some area of your life or for the country, for the world, whatever your opinion of the story is, and I need you to understand it's part of a story at this moment. It's a story we're living, but stories always change. And one story ends and another one begins. So as we are looking at this experience that we're all in, and being faced with changes and possibly challenges, we have to ask ourselves, what can we do differently? So that we can be in the flow and we can be listening to our spirit and not so much our mind. Not so much what we think we're supposed to do because that's what we've always done. Doing what we've always done has gotten us where we are. And if you're looking to be somewhere else, somewhere different, then now's the time for you to make that shift and change. And it's all about opening up to new possibilities. I was talking to another client this morning, and we were talking about a phase out of their job. And it's going to be a transition. It's a government job, so we don't know where it's going to fall, right? Are you in the side that they stay or the side that, whoops, you're not going to be here anymore? But it's an opportunity to envision where they'd ultimately like to go and what they'd like to do. It may not be what they wanted at the moment, but we can't change that. We can't control that. We can only change how we view where we are and use our energy and our spirit to direct the energy in a way that we can create something that will bring us joy and benefit us and allow us to feel successful and content and not feel fearful. There's a lot of fear going on. But each one of you has a light that is here to cast out the darkness. But it's crazy when the darkness begins to envelop us and we feel as if we are just at our greatest despair. We can't find that light. We lose it. We forget how powerful we are. Have you forgotten how powerful you are? Have you forgotten how creative you are? Did you forget that you're wired for anything that comes your way? Did you lose yourself in the routine of what other people said life was supposed to be, that you stopped being true to yourself? Have you lost your integrity to sustain and maintain a job, a career, or a storyline in your personal life that doesn't even align with you? Have you been untrue to yourself? This is the wake-up call. I know everyone's looking at all the things going on in the outside of the world, but now's the time to take a look at the inside. What's going on inside of you? What's going on in your spirit? How are you feeling? Shut off the chatter. Listen to the inner voice that tells you what to do. Where's your inner guidance taking you? Or are you just running around being reactive? Babbling about things that you can't change at this moment. But you can interpret them differently. You can find a way to balance things out. Perhaps not on the same path that you've been on, but doing something different. Because there's a lot of stress. So much stress. And it's in the air. It's in the air so thick that you could cut it with a knife. And it is palpable. Everyone can feel it. And some people are trying to act like they're okay. And other people are just in full fight or flight. But fear unplugs us to from the spirit. Fear unplugs you from God. Fear removes you from your GPS. It's like that dead zone when you're driving and you get no cell phone signal. Some of you are running around in the dead zone. And you have to sit and be still and find that reconnect. And sometimes it's difficult to do in your house with everything going on in your families. And so go sit outside alone and ask your spirit, ask yourself, what do I want to do? Because if you are true to yourself, and if you follow the inner guidance, regardless of what's going on in the world, it'll make it so much easier for you to be okay. You have to trust. The chatter on the outside world is the chatter. But the test from the divine is the whisper that asks you the question, are you okay with all that's going on? And are you living your best life and being true to yourself? How can you live your best life? What's important to you? Where's the energy of love? Are you enjoying life? Are you seizing the moment, carpe diem? Are you feeling joyful at any part of your day? Yes, we all have moments. We all have things and tasks we have to do, and we all get tired. It's easy to get tired. But when you're in this harmonious flow, it's easy to continually be regenerated in some way, that even the most tedious of tasks or the most annoying business meetings that you could ever attend, or the coworker who makes you bananas, or the family member who's just the family gossip who just makes you not want to go to the next family function. You see them for who they are and you let them be who they are, and you choose you. You choose your own inner peace, your own inner harmony, and you choose to turn a deaf ear to some of those things. and not charge your energy, charge your frequency, charge your aura with everyone else's problems and worries and chatter. And you circulate in this purification state of everything's working out for you, everything's going to be okay, the universe is supporting you in every way, you are abundant beyond measure, everything flows to you with ease and grace. This physical body is the vessel that brings you around from place to place to meet the souls you were meant to meet. And everything else is the stage where we live our life. But the life we live here is not necessarily life. It is one expression of life. It is not your soul's purpose to just solely navigate all the physical things that we have to do and jump through hoops. Your soul's purpose is to find harmony and peace and be in love and light regardless of what's going on around you. It's to hold a very firm, strong demeanor within yourself and know who you are. And yes, we live in a world where sometimes we all have to play the game of life. And when you play in that game of life, there has to be a marker, a place that you do not cross because it goes against the grain of who you are. I asked earlier, how many of you have crossed that line and gone against the grain of who you are? To please another, to meet a standard of living or performance outside of yourself, to please others or meet the criteria of your company. Or keep up with the Joneses because that's what everyone's doing. Remember, you're a spirit. Your spirit doesn't care what shoes you have, what watch you bought, what your hair looks like. Your spirit knows that it's perfectly perfect in its own unique way, and the imperfections are the expression of the human self. Because when we talk to the angels say if you were to see yourselves as we see you, you would see no imperfections. So, where are you finding imperfections? Perhaps you need to give yourself grace and love. And talk to yourself with powerful words that fuel your soul. Not just wake up in the morning and go, oh my goodness, another day, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to meet the expectation of this person or that deadline. That may be part of your day-to-day existence. And yes, we all understand that we have deadlines to meet in order to support our families. But you have to find joy, and then there comes a time where if that is no longer a joy, you need to ask yourself, why? So if you're going through a change that feels like you've lost control of your life and that the car is about ready to crash, it's an opportunity for you to redefine life. It might feel awkward, inconvenient, may cause a hiccup. No one's saying that it might be smooth sailing all the way. But it gives you a chance to reflect. It gives us all upon the planet a do-over. A way to be a better version of ourselves. To live a different path. Well, we're so glad you're joining us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we step into the path of new beginnings. It is a powerful time for all of you, and I ask you all to embrace it. Regardless of the difficulties you may face, embrace the change. Remind yourself you're up for the challenge, and that your spirit is tied to so many other spirits who have paved the way, that they are all cheering you on. Every one of them. Your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your great-great-greats, they all came before you. Many came from other countries to settle in this country. And we have a listening audience beyond this country, so many of yours have moved from country to country. So they found the place that they could call home. But home is where your heart is. Home is where your spirit is. Home is when you reside with the energy of the divine, and you know you have an entire universe backing you every step of the way. We welcome your phone calls right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Call 866-972-7247. Visit us on Facebook on SarahSpiritual, YouTube SarahSpiritual. There we'll also be answering your questions. So put your comments and your questions in the feed. When we come back from this commercial break, we're going to go to the phone lines. And I sure would like to talk to you. We're on every Wednesday, 6:30 to 9 p.m. So we've got time to get to know each other. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
What will change the course of life? I don't know. Where is light? Where is love? What will I do? What will you do to change the world and make it a better place?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at SarahSpiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
What would you do differently? We are the world, we are the light, and yes, you can make a difference. And here we are on Wednesday night, hanging out with all of you, making a difference, and choosing to shift the energy one phone call at a time, one spirit person at a time. And we're going to go to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. This is the show where you get to call in and ask your question, and we get guidance. You can go to Facebook and YouTube, go to SarahSpiritual and leave your comments and questions there in the feed. But we're going to go to West Palm Beach, and I have Cheryl on the line. Cheryl, how are you doing tonight?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you.
Yes, same here. Thank you.
And what is your question for me?
So I was approached by another broker who asked me to join their team, and I'm wondering if it would be a good business move.
And their brokerage has a lot of, it's a busy brokerage, correct?
Yes.
More of a mainstream brokerage, is that also true?
Probably, yes. I would say yes.
Okay. Because I see it as a very busy place. I feel as if there's a lot of activity going on in their office. I feel like there's a good sense of support. And I feel that it may be a very good move for you. I would suggest, though, that we wait until May to make the change.
Okay. That's
And
great to know.
are we not getting enough support at our current brokerage?
I really like our broker and office manager, but this other broker, they spend a lot of money investing in their agents and pay for a lot of leads.
Well, that sounds like what you need, correct?
Yes.
Right. Sounds
Although
like
they
we
do
need
take a lot
someone
of the
who's going to invest in you and the business and realizes it's a numbers game.
Yes. I mean, they get the majority of the commission, but they do pay for the leads.
Well, I see here that this year, based on where you are, is your year of taking care of you, putting yourself first, and that this can be one of those game changers in the journey of your financial freedom. So read the fine
That would be
print,
great.
see what they're offering, make sure, because I'm not looking at the contract, nor are we mentioning the name for me to get the vibration of the name in my spirit, so I can double check that. But at this moment, Spirit's saying, go to the new opportunity, learn some more about it. If you decide you want to make a change, it's good to make the change once May comes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Cheryl,
Have
thank
a good
you.
night.
You too. Thank you so much for your call. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We are answering your questions all across the nation, all across the country, all across the world. Yes, indeed. We are going to go to Broward, and we have Steve on the line. Steve, how are you?
Doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and it would be fabulous for you to know that this is the year of your clean slate. You get to begin it again, do it again. You get to change your storyline and really tune into who you've come to be.
Your monologue was speaking directly to me. It really was, because I was listening very intently, because everything you spoke of, you were speaking about these last 2 weeks, has been a rough one.
Yeah.
I don't call you, but maybe every 2 months, but I had to check in with Spirit, because I'm still dialed in and focused. I still know what I want to do. I still know who I've come to be. And I'm not broken down like I would have been maybe 10 years ago. I'm an extremely strong individual now. But I just wanted to ask Spirit, what does he make of what's happened in these last couple of weeks with me?
Well, what Spirit makes of it is that it's all part of the grand scheme of the lessons and the tests that you have to endure. According to Spirit, everything's perfectly aligned. It's you that's in the area of uncomfortability. So Spirit laughs and turns around and says, what do you make of it? Right? It's all how you view it. It is all how you choose to interpret this storyline, this uncomfortability, this rift that I see, and understand that this is just another stepping stone to the expression of who you've come to be.
Okay. I figured as much too. I was thinking that same way, but I wanted to call in and talk to you and ask because I just wanted to reaffirm because I know it's supposed to make me a stronger person and make me grow. And I'm hoping that's what I'm doing.
Well, just the fact, and I say this to you, Steve, and I say it to everyone listening who may be in a similar spot, even though we're not discussing your personal specific problem on air. But what Spirit shows me is this. When all of us are faced with a challenge, we have a choice to face the challenge head on or the choice to run and hide and not participate in that and allow it to consume us and lose our way and set ourselves back more than the potential challenge could ever do. So in this moment of time, anyone being faced with a challenge needs to know that everything in the universe is here to support us through even our toughest moments, and that those moments are not meant to hurt us. There is nothing in the universe that is here to bring us down, to hurt us. It is a result of energy that has accumulated around us. Our current problem is a result of energy that has accumulated around us that is based on several factors. One factor is it's the energy that we have charged our frequency with our negative thoughts, our negative ways of being, our inability to let go of past thoughts, ideas, and memories, and we still have residue that needs to be cleared out, and the universe uses problems that we attract into our vortex as a way to help us. The other thing that happens is that there is so much accumulation of energy around us that is unfolding that we unknowingly, without checking in with Spirit, put ourselves in a position, a predicament, an issue, a story that is really not for our best and highest good, because we get caught up in the illusion of what we think something's supposed to be. When we lose ourselves in the fact that we hold on to a memory of we're not good enough, not worthy, we've never amounted to anything, we've never had enough in the first place, we don't think we're worthy financially, and we hold on to the sense of lack, we keep finding financial challenges that come our way because we are still learning the lesson of abundance, and we haven't let go of the theme of lack. So there's always a lesson, a stepping stone that comes from every issue that happens. And then I've also learned from what Spirit has shown me and what our friends in the astrology world has shown me, particularly Stacy Holler, you will notice that in your chart that there are moments in time that you might be a little more lucky than others. There may be a issue in your chart that you're more likely to have, an accident or a financial hiccup or legal issues pop up. There are just certain things that in life, different aspects of life and living that each one of us has to deal with in some way. Because these challenges are different areas that even in this life, maybe we don't have much to learn, so we think, but since the soul is a continuum of time that has transported through many lifetimes, we carry with us not just the idea and rememberings and steps of movement forward and steps of movement backward just in this life, and those choices associated with them, we carry the energy of other lifetimes. So when we can't figure out why is this happening to me, I don't understand, I haven't done anything to create this, we have to stop and be still and ask ourselves, who inside of me, what part of me in another lifetime is still balancing out the energy of a past life? So it's all a learning story. And at times it can feel frustrating, but it's really all about getting us to step up and create a powerful storyline for ourselves that will bring us into the highest grace and the highest spiritual ascension possible. I hope this is of help to you, Steve.
Yes, everything you've been saying for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes been speaking directly to me, particularly the riff, which I think is healing right about now, and I'm healing it myself. You know, whatever I do in the darkness, I heal it myself. So
yes, and that's the exact words, and I'm glad that hit home, because Spirit had me scribble on my paper and draw some lines, and they said it's a riff, right? So even though we're not putting your business out on radio, the Spirit's like, there's a riff, and we've got to heal that. We've got to shift that.
I'm working on it.
All right. Great, Steve. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling and following the show. We know you've been hanging out with us, and we've been hanging out for 764 live shows, and I know you caught pretty much every one of them except for maybe one. So thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. Put your questions on Facebook, on YouTube, and call in, and we'd love to talk to you. But for this minute, we're going to take a moment to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back to the phone lines, and we'll be popping in on Facebook and YouTube. Stay with us. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITOenlightenmentcenter.com. EDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
We are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. We're looking forward to talking to you, and please put your questions and your comments on Facebook. It would be so nice to answer your question. Share the page, share the likes. We'd love to hear from you. Now, we're going to go to our phone lines, and I've got to go to Massachusetts. I've got what looks like EJ on the line. EJ, how are you?
Hey, Sarah. You have the information for my friend who's here with me, and I'm bringing you someone new. They're a little nervous. They know I'm a student of yours, but they're new to this universal learning. So they've asked me if I could ask their questions. They'll say hello to you, but they've asked if I could ask the question. Is that okay with you since they're with us?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I need to hear their voice and know who they are to tune in.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. They'll come on.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you? What's your first name?
EJ.
EJ. Okay, EJ. What is your question for me tonight?
I have a choice to make in a matter, choosing some legal representation, and I'm going through that process of basically vetting them and trying to figure out who's the best choice for me. And I'm still working through it, but there's a couple of people I'm talking to, and going to have some additional meetings, but just sort of struggling with the choices.
All right. So let's
just looking
in.
for some guidance.
Right. We're going to tune into the energy. So when I go back to last year, going back into the time of October, feel like between October and now we've been going through some challenges. Is that correct?
Yes.
And my guides tell me that this year is a year of changes and challenges. There's no getting around it. This is a year of changes and challenges. And what they want you to know is that you are fully protected and that no matter what it appears to be in the storyline, they want you to know, your guides and your angels want you to know, that you do not have to concern yourself as much as you feel like you need to at this moment. Because when you least expect it, something is going to flip and change, and it's going to make this easier. So I need you to keep that in mind as you're navigating this. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
Perfect. So you remember that that's, regardless of the illusion of what things appear to be, or how much someone will be like, oh my God, you talk to an attorney like, oh, this is a lot, and they go into their whole story, and like, oh, we're going to have to file this, and we're going to have to do this, right? Don't even worry about it. You just know that you're going to land on your feet, and things are meant to work out for you. Even if you get a scrape doing the flip in the air to land on your feet, you're supposed to come out of this all right. And 2025 into 2026, I feel like things are in a better place for you. All right? So you know. Now, if we're looking at choices, are you torn between 3 different firms, please?
2 right now.
Okay. Was there another one that you were looking into and you maybe deleted them from your list?
I have a third one on my list, but I haven't done the outreach to them yet.
Okay. We want to have 3.
Yep.
Because Spirit is clearly giving me 3, and you need to hear from all 3 before you make a choice. And the reason why I say we need 3 is because I feel like the difference between the one you contacted first initially and the difference between the third one makes me feel as if it'll make it easier for you to make a choice. Now, we can't say company names on air because that's not fair to them, and that puts too much business out in the world. But when you look at the first phone call you made, and now you look at the third that you have yet to make, I want you to really take in what these 2 offer as their suggestion and their course of action, and then lay them all out to make a choice, because the first and the third will give you a lot of insight so you make the choice that aligns best for you. That's what Spirit is guiding me to tell you.
Great, thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Perfect.
Very helpful.
Perfect. Well, I do hope, EJ, that you keep us posted. And if there's a way I can be of service to you privately where we can have a personal session and dive into this in specificity, then I'd love the opportunity to talk to you. You can just go to my website and we can connect and we can solve all this just like that with a drop of fairy dust and a couple of spirit guides. You'll be good.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now. 866 9727247. I just love when I hear voices in my head and I'm trying to talk. So my guides want everyone to know that as you are navigating your stories and your problems and your issues, you have to always remember that if we don't find that we know enough, we need to ask the universe to show us more, because sometimes we don't look hard enough for the right answer. We just look at the answers that are being provided for us, and we assume that those are our only choices. And in this world, we have infinite choices. I know they didn't teach you that when you were growing up. Do you want chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry? But you have infinite choices. The universe makes sure that you have infinite choices. So we're welcoming your phone calls right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we are going to go to Melissa. And Melissa is in Houston. Melissa, how are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to make this connection with you, Melissa. This is a year to listen to your personal story in your heart, to follow the energy of connection to your soul, and be true to yourself. If something you're doing doesn't feel true to yourself, Melissa, then the universe wants you to not do it, and they want you to make the movement forward to make a change that feels right for you. Melissa, what is your question for us here this evening?
Well, it kind of goes in line with what you just said.
Oh, great.
I was talking to someone, and then things ended on like kind of a misunderstanding that led into a rough patch. And I know in my heart, like, I don't feel that's over, but I don't know how the other person feels.
Well, when we entered this newer relationship, did we enter this time in the end of January, February time? Yes?
When we ended this no, it was
When
just
you
recent.
entered it, when did we enter this connection?
Oh, when I entered, probably in the beginning of March.
March, okay. Not a good time to be entering anything new. So I'm not surprised that we got a sideline, okay? It was not a good time for you energetically. That's why I was thinking it was kind of like end of January, February. I just felt like it was fresh, it was new. But you know what? Anybody that is that skittish and takes offense that easily and is that wounded, we have to ask ourselves, are we really wanting to sign up for all of that? That sounds like a big, complicated story. So, Melissa, ask yourself, do I deserve more? Now, could it be over? Is it over? I know that's what you're asking. And I know you're saying that you feel like it really shouldn't be over because in your mind, the misunderstanding is not warranting, all right, let's end it. It's warranting a conversation, not warranting being ghosted. Right. It's warranting well, how do we work through this? So you're showing, the universe is letting you see that this person doesn't know how to work through difficulties and challenges. Is that making sense to you? Yes, you can see that.
Yes.
So you do not pick up the phone. Oh, let me tell you that again. You do not pick up that phone. You do not text. You let them sit. And if they need to address their actions and reactions, they need to use their conflict resolution skills, which they don't have very many, and you need to let them contact you. Don't fall into the trap. You have already been trapped in other places and other relationships, correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So we're not going to repeat history, right? Bad enough the planets and the stars are in places of history that we weren't looking forward to going again. So let's not incorporate that in your personal life. What is this person's birthday, please?
December 18th.
Apparently he thinks he's never wrong. So there's no arguing with someone who's never wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we really haven't talked since the misunderstanding, and it just kind of fell off from there. And then I was just like, okay, left in this wondering state of what do I do now? Like,
you walk away.
What do I do?
That's what you do. There's nothing to do. Walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away. Ask the universe to open up a better communicative relationship that is emotionally mature, and ask yourself, why did I attract this person here, born on 12/18? Where is that person my lesson? What do I need to heal? What do I need to see?
Right.
Okay? That's what we need to do. And if it's any comfort for you, when I move you into the summer, it will be the summer of your love. So it'll be a love summer, and summertime will be fabulous. So let's open up new doors of possibilities, all right?
Yes, for summertime.
All right. I love a good summer love story. So let's make it happen, girl.
Good.
All right, Melissa, thank you so much for calling us and watching us in Houston. We greatly appreciate you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines. And from Houston, Texas, I got to go to Australia. I have Terry Ann, and Terry Ann is calling in, yes, indeed, from Australia. Terry Ann, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to make this connection with you again.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to you for about 12 months, so it's lovely to hear your voice.
Thank you. And it is a time for you to make some moves and changes. So you're still in an evolutionary state trying to find your rhythm and your balance. Is that true?
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
And it's a great opportunity for you this year to incorporate better ways of money and finances and new work opportunities. It's a really big growth spurt for you. Terry Ann, what is your question regarding your storyline and the situation that Spirit presents to me around you?
So I would love to know that I lost my dad last year, and it was partly due to the trauma and abuse that both of us received. Did my dad feel loved when he passed? I tried to protect him as much as I could to the very last minute.
Very, very, very much so. But I will say this: your dad had a soul contract with the people around him. He had a soul contract with you, and even through the difficult, traumatic times and the behavior of others, he still knew that he was loved. He just knew that this was just an exchange of energy, especially towards the end when he wasn't really totally there, like his mind was not 100% there. He still had a knowing that this was just a storyline that had to be completed. And he felt the energy of love because the more he began to separate himself from the physicality, yet was still alive and awake enough to know that he was alive, the angels and the guides surrounded him with so much love that regardless of what the person around him was doing, he didn't feel that negativity, because there's this one specific person that made it intolerable for him, but the angels were his buffer. And you need to know that.
That's beautiful. Yeah, he passed away in my arms, so I actually slept on the floor beside him at the nursing home until he passed. So it was beautiful. And Sarah, will I get justice? Like, I have reported all of the abuse that both him and I received, and unfortunately I didn't get to get the court hearing before he passed away for QCAT here in Australia to be his guardian, because he was kept from, having pain medication, and I was not even told. That she had instructed that I was not to be told anything about him when I rang every morning and night.
Yes.
To check on him. And I ended up having to ring the police even to see if I could get a magistrate to go to court just to get his pain relief approved, to just place him in palliative care and never told anyone. And she just left him there to die on his own. Luckily, I was able to pick up on it. And it was 24 hours that I had to fight. And literally, I did. I swore at them in the end, because it was just ridiculous that Dad suffered so badly. And she's got away with all of what she's done, and even what she's done to me since he's dead.
So
it's been very traumatic, but I've used it.
Terry, there will be some form of justice. It's just some of it is going to be a little difficult to prove now that your father is not here. But I know that you've documented quite a bit. It was a case of elder abuse. You have to have realized by now that, Terry Ann, you have this very powerful soul contract with people who don't want to do the right thing and are always looking to disrupt other people's energy. You realize that, right?
That's good. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I've walked away from the whole family.
Yeah.
I'm on my own. I'm homeless, and I am just going to fight for justice for my dad now.
And you should. And you will be the voice. And the reason why you will do it, and hear what I'm about to say, is so that you can honor his memory and be true. The court may not find everything in your favor. There'll be some justice, but what you're really doing is representing divine justice, and that transcends everything. So there will be divine justice.
That's correct.
The parties that have participated, the nursing facility, the person who was pulling all the strings and keeping you removed and not allowing your father to exit this earth in a comfortable fashion, all of these atrocities that happened, they will have a day of reckoning in the eyes of the universe, and they will have some justice be put upon them here in the physical earth. So what you're really praying for is divine justice, and that will make the magistrates see what they need to see in order to define an injustice. Now, I will tell you that, as you know, this is not going to bring your father back. And your father is okay. Okay. And
thank you.
There's something about, did you have your face on his face or your hand on his cheek? He's making a gesture to me on the side of his face. Can you tell me before he passed what was going on there, please?
I had him cradled in my arm. I had the bed lowered down to the length of the two mattresses that I was sleeping on the floor. And Dad was cradled in my arms, and I was just stroking his face.
Stroking his face, because
just telling him that I loved him. Yeah.
That is his last memory. This is what he's showing me. You know, he's showing me like his face with contact to your skin, and he's giving me that picture. So know that that is his last memory of this earth, not all the difficulties he had before he passed, and he wants you to know that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, because I wasn't going to let anyone say another bad word to him or hurt him. Even after he passed, I went with him right to the car a lot. So was been very shattered from it. However, I've used it as sort of a guide to a stepping stone of lessons to learn from it, and to stand tall and strong and learn to say no to people.
Well, this is your time to be in your personal power and have this new beginning, this fresh start, and your life, your real life begins now. You were just cleaning up a lot of soul contracts, but your real life begins now.
Absolutely. I've had 50 years of abuse, so it's not only affected me. I have had to report her abusing foster children as well that were in her care. So, hopefully she'll be held accountable for that, because two of those children suffered very badly out of quite a few of them. So I've just got to sit tight now and just wait and just keep myself safe, because I don't trust her.
Correct. But you'll be safe. You have the angels. You have the angels around you, Terry Ann. So let's not call that I'm going to be a victim of another difficulty to me, right? So I am surrounded by light. The angels protect me. I am the voice of the I am and the voice of divine justice, and justice will be served here and now. Well, Terry Ann, thank you so much for your call.
Lovely.
We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you, Dom.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank
Bye
you
for now.
so very much. You have a beautiful evening.
Yes.
Bye-bye,
Thank
darling.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a brief break, a commercial, and then when we come back, we're going to pop in on Facebook and YouTube, and then we'll be back at the phone lines at 866-972-7247. Stay with us. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. We'll be right back.
I know you, have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know me? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at SarahSpiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Because you know that you know me, I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247 We're so glad to be connecting with all of you. We've got friends on Facebook and on YouTube, and I've been promising that we're going to get to their questions. Well, guess what? Now's the time. Now's the time that we get to answer the questions on Facebook and YouTube. So we're going to go to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, see what questions are popping up. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing the page and being a part of our spiritual family here on Sarah Spiritual. So let's take a look and see what we've got going on. Who's our Facebook person here? Let's take a look. We've got to go to YouTube. We've got Carolina Garcia. She said, what is my life purpose? What career path should I focus on? Carolina Garcia, your purpose is to lead people, to help people, to inspire people. You are meant to bring the messages of spirit to them through your own unique, creative way. This is something that is going to be unfolding as we close out this year of 2025. This 2025 closes out what they're telling me is an 18-year chapter of your life, of some of the challenges, difficulties, and uncertainty that you may have had. And as we move you into the 2026, you can finally express yourself the way you want. And it is meant to be a powerful, powerful transitional time. So fasten your seatbelts, get ready for the changes that are here, and tune in, tap into your creative soul self, and let's get making some fabulous content and information that you can share with others so that you can inspire them and lead them on their path to greatness. Thank you, Carolina, for your YouTube question. Let's go to YouTube and Facebook and see who else we've got here. We've got Stephanie Pappas. Stephanie says, Sarah, do you see a positive outcome for an important legal situation that I'm facing right now? Well, Stephanie, the legal situation that you're going through is really just an experience that is actually being meant to be retaliatory and a punishing move to make you uncomfortable. It's really not about them actually winning. It is about making you uncomfortable. I also feel that the person that is perpetuating this legality issue is also being influenced by someone connected to them. Seems like a female energy. So I feel like they're really being kind of pushed into this choice because someone's encouraging them to create a bit of havoc. I do feel in the end that you will come out all right. I just know that you need to stay focused and you need to not give them any ammunition against you. So watch your words, watch your actions. Be careful what you put in writing and text, and just know that everything's meant to work out for you. And the universe has your back. Pray to Archangel Michael to be your guardian, to protect you during these legal battles, and to bring justice for yourself and for your children and the custody. Thank you, Stephanie Pappas, for your Facebook question. We greatly appreciate you following the show. Who else do we have here on our Facebook feed, our YouTube feed? On YouTube feed, we've got Admit Audacity. So Admit Audacity says, hey, Sarah, can you please ask Spirit how to start making the changes I need to achieve in my new life, health, and to be happy? Thank you. So when I look to Admit Audacity, the first thing that I'm made aware of is that Admit, this year is a two-part year for you. The very first few months, we really wanted you to be focusing on finances. So if you haven't gotten your finances in order, this is still the time. You've got time to get finances in order so that you can take some of the pressure off. And then as we manage our finances and perhaps make a shift in work, career, life balance, that will then facilitate you making healthier changes to shift your life in the way that you'd like it to be. I do feel that Spirit wants you to take it and make a mark in your calendar every new change that you make on a daily basis. So today, if we want to talk health, today I had more water than the day before. So today we had 5 glasses of water instead of 3 the day before. They want you to start simple and easy and baby steps. Before you know it, you will have built some momentum. That momentum will take you to your happy, new, Zen-filled life of joy and happiness, building your own personal confidence. Believe in yourself, they say. Admit Audacity. They tell me that you're not spending enough time believing in who you are and the value you bring to this earth, you are a unique, special being that deserves to feel joy and harmony in your experience. Thank you so much for your YouTube question. We're going to take another question on Facebook and YouTube. So let's see who else we have on our Facebook YouTube feed. On YouTube, we've got Anna. Anna's like, I'd love to know about my career or if I see her changing her job. So Anna, fasten your seatbelts because this is a time of expansion and greatness, and there should be promotion and increase of finances that come for you. Now, I don't feel that you have the opportunity to grow and get paid what you're worth where you currently are. So in this moment of time, I want you to be specific and write down what you'd like to experience in your work life and how you would love to get paid. And I want you to see yourself getting that check deposited in your bank account every week or 2 weeks, depending on your pay schedule. Now, Anna, I know that people will tell you, oh, the employment is tough, it's hard to get a new job, and they may tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't change. I want you to follow your heart and know that you will know the perfect job when it appears. Remember, it's not just about getting paid more and having a different experience and taking yourself out of the routine. It is about what makes you feel like you've got purpose and feel as if you've come alive in every day-to-day experience that you have at work. Remember, you spend most of your days at your job. So let's make it more rewarding for you, less routine, and get paid what you are worth because there is so much coming for you. Thank you so much, Anna, for your YouTube question. If you'd like your question answered on Facebook and YouTube, then please go to Sarah Spiritual's Facebook page or YouTube and pop your comment and question. When we come back in our next hour, we will be going back to Facebook and answering YouTube questions as well. And those of you on hold, please don't go anywhere because we want to talk to you. And if you haven't picked up the phone, this is our 764th live show, and I want to talk to you. So pick up the phone at 866-972-7247. You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Where are we now?
We are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I'm so glad that you're joining us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the Oldies station. So glad to have you joining us. We are going to go back to our phone lines, and we've got quite a few people waiting to talk to us, so we've got to get cracking. So let's get to the phone lines, and I'm going to go to Pompano. I've got Deshaun on the line. Deshaun, how are you tonight?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good to talk to you this evening. How did you hear about the show, Deshaun?
My dad.
Your dad, okay. So, Deshaun, as we tune into this energy, the first thing they make me feel like I want to say to you is round and round you go. Where you stop, nobody knows. I feel like you're going in circles. Things are not taking you in the path that you wanted to yet. This is a year that you're feeling like you've got to make some changes and you're not sure what way to go. Is that correct, Deshaun?
Yeah.
And they're also talking about you feeling like your back is a little bit against the wall, like you're kind of feeling like you've got yourself in a little bit of a spot and we've got to kind of figure out where we go from here. Is that also true?
Yeah.
So, Deshaun, what is your question for us this evening?
Yes, I would like to know what everything for me go back to normal after the date of 4/2023.
After the date of 4/23?
Yes, 4/2023.
Well, we're in 2025, so I don't know if I'm understanding the question then.
The question is, will everything go well for me with my situation that I caught on
that date in
April
20? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's why I said to you earlier, your back's against the wall, right? Without you asking your question, correct?
Yes.
You got yourself a little stuck, man. There's no getting around it, correct? So will life get back to normal? Will we end up coming out scot-free? Like, okay, this problem is solved. I feel like there's another part to this when you go back to visit this situation. I feel like, yes, we can have a better life, but I feel like there's still one more thing that a legal matter is going to ask you to do. Is that possible from where you stand, knowing what you know? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you are better off than you are now, but there's still one thing that you have to do to earn back your ability to be free and clear of this. So this year brings challenges for you. This year has got a lot of changes. I can tell you, Deshaun, that when we take you into 2026, by your birthday in 2026, things feel like they're back to normal. All right? So between now and your birthday of 2026, you've got a little bit of dancing around the situation to get yourself in the position of being free and clear. That's the best way I can sum it up based on what I see in the spirit world.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your call, Deshaun, and ask the angels to help you and pray for divine justice. And the angels and God never let anybody down. So you do your prayers and, check all the boxes and do everything you're supposed to do in the meantime. And let's see what one little thing you're going to have to do to make this all be right. Thank you so much, Deshaun. We appreciate your call and your listening to the show. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We've got to go to the phone lines, and we've got to go to Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is in New Jersey. Elizabeth, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, how are you, Sarah?
I'm good. Good to make this connection with you again, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for your call. What is your question for us?
Okay. My question is, I've been waiting for something for 10 months now. I'm to the point where I need to know if they're going to give it to me or if they're not going to give it to me. I have lawyers working. After 10 months, you need to know something.
Correct. Bear with
have
me
no
one
income
second.
coming
Hold
in.
on. So when I look at this energy here, first of all, I feel like there's something unjust going on here. Is there something that is not lining up? I know you've been waiting, but I feel like we need to right something that's been wronged. Is that true?
Need to write something that was wronged?
Correct.
Not that I know
You're
of.
waiting for a decision to be made in your favor or not in your favor. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. And there was a problem associated with this. Is that also correct?
Well, they send me papers because of the fact that they wanted to know about my last, where I was working last and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I sent it on. That was sent to them.
Yeah. And is this for like a disability or something?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay. So it's just going to take time. But when I first connected to your energy, I had your mom step forward. Mom stepped forward in support to help you. So I know when we have your mom and your dad not too far behind her, I know that we've got this power of energy around you. But this is going to take time. And I know you want to know what you want to know when you want to know it, but this is not a fast-moving process. And you need to give it more time. And in a perfect world, you'll know coming out of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So patience is your virtue in this. I know, tell that
and
to the
is there
bills.
anything?
But, yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. I've managed to do a lot of things that I wanted to do, but I'm also wanting to know about what spirit thinks I need to, like, what do they see? Is there any changes? Not only towards that.
Well, life is not going to stay the same, okay? This year is meant to take you out of your routine, meant to create a better dynamic for you. It has been a life of you doing for so many, and now you need the rest and you need to take care of yourself. This is the time that you're in. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And so I do see that there is a change coming for you. And again, 2025 into 2026 is a much better feel to it, a little more social. Just life just seems to be a little more, I'm going to use the word normal. So you're going to feel this sense of stagnation, is the word they give me. Over these next few months, there's no getting around it. So do what you can in the time that you have and then see where you go.
Yeah, it's been patience. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me, if you know.
I know, but you know what? You've done for so many others and you were patient with them. Now learn to be patient with yourself. That would be most advantageous. All right?
Okay. It's nice to know that my mother's there.
Yes, Mom is right there with you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in, Elizabeth.
Sarah.
We appreciate you following the show and talk to the angels. Looks like Archangel Michael's got a lot of business to cover tonight. Archangel Michael is the angel of justice and protection, so allow Archangel Michael to assist you in this journey. All right? Thank you.
I thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and we've got to go to Palm Beach, and I've got Christina in Palm Beach. Christina, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm good. Thank you.
Good to have this connection with you tonight, Christina. And what is your question for us?
I am scheduled to do a procedure Friday, and the doctor's like, yeah, and the doctor is he's always 9 to 12 months out. So while I want to do it and I'm confident in it, I've been under the weather, and now I'm like a little concerned. Should I proceed or should I just wait till September? What does Spirit say?
It is a relatively simple procedure. Is that correct? It's like inpatient kind of like an outpatient kind of a procedure.
It is, but it is there's cuts involved and. Mm-hmm.
Bear with me 1 second here. I want to just see something.
It's only about probably an hour procedure. And I really want to do it.
Yes, but is this something that is absolutely necessary? No.
Not at this time, no.
Then it's not necessarily the best time to do it, Christina.
Okay.
So I would pray on it, and when you wake up tomorrow morning, whatever you feel, that's your decision.
Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
But
right.
we need
Okay.
all the
I'll do that.
stars aligned and everything lined up, and so you need to feel 100% in. You're not 100% in. You want to do it, but do you really need to do it? Is this the right time? I know that's what you say. You're calling to ask me, and Spirit's like, we don't really know that it's the best time to do it. So you have to, and I don't say we don't really know, meaning I don't know. I'm meaning scale of 1 to 10. We're giving it a 6 to 7. I'm not giving it a 10. It's like, yeah, go girl. Not giving you that.
Okay.
So it's personal choice, and I want you to go to sleep and wake. I want you to pray. I want you to wake up. I want you to pray, and I want you, you're very in tune. And if you feel that enthusiasm, that push, like, no, I'm protected, I'm fine, it'll be fine, then poof, you go. If you feel that I'm not sure yet, then you call up the doctor and say, hey, my spot just opened up for someone else.
Perfect. Okay. I got it.
All right,
Thank
Christina,
you
thank
very
you so
much.
much for calling into the show. We greatly appreciate you. Bye for now.
Okay. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're so glad to be connecting with everyone. And from Christina in West Palm Beach, we've got to go to New Jersey. And in New Jersey, I've got Penny on the line. Penny, how are you tonight? Hi, Penny. Are you with us? All right. Maybe Penny kind of put us on some kind of hold. So let's see, Penny. If Penny's not there, then we are going to... Penny, are you there? All right. So we're going to just... Penny is off somewhere, but she's not here tuned into the spirit world. So we got to keep it moving here if Penny's not answering us. So from Penny, we're going to go to Fort Lauderdale. And we have Tiffany on the line. Tiffany, how are you doing tonight? Tiffany, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Tiffany. Thank you so much.
Oh, excellent.
The winds of change are upon you, Miss Tiffany. So are you getting ready to leap forward in a million directions and trying to figure out where should you land? Is that true?
Oh, I'm headed back west, typically in Oregon. But I decided I had to help family this whole year. There's been a lot of soul purpose and circuitous healing.
Yes.
And I'm ready to head back west to settle back into my own home and my own garden and just back to myself.
Yes.
Because I've been giving and giving and giving.
And were you taking care of a daughter, please?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a difficult time for your daughter. Is that also true?
Very much so.
Yeah. But she's stronger. She's better now. Is that also true?
Every day is a new day, but we are a lot better than last year.
Good. She will manage it. She will get on the mend. She will be in a better place. So we've got to trust that. Trust that everything that she does is part of her lesson, part of her spiritual growth. And, what we feel is a challenge or difficulty in her health, particularly mentally. I feel that in this energy, she will find her rhythm and her balance, and so she'll be more consistently focused and on than you may have seen her off in these past 2 years. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Does it show anything that her location, the state that she's in, needs to be different? Or should she stay where she's at?
What is her birthday, please?
3/21/03.
So it is a good time for her to make a move. There's not enough light in her place. Does that make sense? There's a heaviness and a darkness.
Yeah, that's her energy. It's totally consuming her.
Yeah. And if I go into her place and I go towards the left side of the place she lives, an apartment, yes?
Uh-huh.
That left side, when I come in the door, what rooms are there, please? Because that's the heaviest side, the left side of the apartment.
It's her bedroom. And, there's, a sitting area where, another little space for somebody to sleep if needed.
It's so heavy there. It's so heavy.
So heavy.
I'm surprised she doesn't hear spirits talking. I mean, that's how heavy it is. Is your daughter hearing voices?
She was, but was also in an area that she was next to Skid Row in Los Angeles. So there was always voices, echoing in the alleys. You couldn't, even I couldn't distinguish sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
what direction it was coming from. And her emotional support animal just passed 3 weeks ago, and so it's been even heavier for her.
Then a new space would be good if that's something that you all as a family can pull off.
And sooner than August.
That's something we have to gauge, because there's this energy with your daughter that she's really just pretty much had it. So we need to get her a new support animal. We need to make sure that she has reason and purpose.
On the right note.
Okay?
Yeah.
She had a dog?
No.
What did she have?
She had a cat.
A cat.
Named Moon. Okay. Mm-hmm. He acted like a dog.
Played fetch?
Yeah.
So get another cat. Train the cat.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't replace Moon, right? So anyone who's lost a pet knows that they all have their own unique personalities, Tiffany, but it's really important that she has the opportunity to build that bond of love and unconditional love with another animal sooner than later.
Trying.
And then you will go west and things will be better for you as well. So getting her stable and then moving on for yourself and working on your ideas, your business, your creativity is all there for you as well. And 2026 is looking great. So we've got to just make it through this year.
I love that.
we're in month 4, and if we blink twice, we're going to
know.
be coming to the end of the year before we know it anyhow. Not that I'm wishing time away, but it will
No, truth
move.
is not.
So just know that things are going to change for you. All right, Tiffany?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your call in. Yes.
I was just going to ask if I have had a few people that have passed recently. I was just wondering if there was any other spirits or anyone that is trying to send any message or comfort.
Nobody that stepped forward that I could access immediately. So we need to go to commercial. So I thank you so much, Tiffany, for your question. All right. And we send the angels to be around your daughter. And we trust that the universe will support both of you and put you both in the perfect places at the perfect time so that everything can be aligned. Good night, honey. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors on the Oldies station. Stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
before. I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Have you heard me? Did you see me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we're enjoying taking our phone calls. And please put your comments and your questions in the feed on the YouTube and the Facebook page, because we'll be getting to you in just a minute. But for this moment, I've got to go to Dorothy. And Dorothy is in Rhode Island. Dorothy, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Thank you. And what about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yes. I'm calling because I wanted to talk about my brother, Jimmy,
yes.
Who had, a major surgery.
Yes.
And his birthday is May 12th. And I just wanted to see, he is progressing, thank God.
Did he have
But
surgery on his, bear with me, Dorothy, he had surgery on his back? Is that where he had surgery?
Yeah, he had surgery on his back. Yeah. They also had to go in and do some work on the spine, and had to remove his organs in order to do that. But he was under for 7.5 hours.
Yeah,
he is making progress. The therapy has really helped him so much. And every day he's getting a little bit better, but I just wanted to check in with you
yes.
to see what you see.
Well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. And was he having problems with his colon as well, please? Or his intestines?
Not prior to this, but after the surgery, he did have some things that had to be adjusted.
Yes. So I see problems in the colon intestinal area here. So I just feel like that is a little problematic, and maybe it had to be adjusted or handled. I still feel like everything's not there 100%, but clearly he went through quite a bit. When I look at the energy, steady and slow is his recovery. He's a trooper. He's a fighter.
Yes.
He didn't really want to do the surgery, but he didn't really have a choice, so he had to go do the surgery. So now that he had to do the surgery, he's in this place of he's feeling better, but he's still in pain, but he's still in recovery.
Yes.
And he's also working on some more flexibility and mobility, because he's really not that mobile as well. Is that also true?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. When I look at where he's at and I look at the next 3 months are critical, Spirit tells me, in his ability to be able to heal properly. So he has to follow all of the therapy that he needs to do. He has to be careful. He can't get frustrated. He has to stay positive in his mindset. It'll be very important for him, in order to heal properly, for him to pay attention for the next 3 months. After the next 3 months, when that takes us to July into August, that time period, so we'll say coming into the end of the summer, I do feel that he'll be doing significantly better, have much more mobility and less pain. And then from there, it's a steady climb up to whatever level of pain-free mobility he's meant to have. I don't know that he's going to be 100%. I don't think the doctors told him he'd be 100%, but he could definitely get close to that with the proper therapies. Is that true?
That is true.
Good. That's how I see it, and I do feel that the level he takes himself, he could come in at 70% if he doesn't do the work, right? 65, 70. But if he does the work, he can get himself up to this 85%. And that would be amazing. It would feel like 100% to him, given all the suffering he's had for the past 7 years.
Yeah, that is true.
So this too will pass, and he will be all right.
I thank you so kindly.
You're welcome.
And I am going down to see him next month for his birthday.
Good.
And I have one brother who's in a nursing home in farther south, and I just wanted to see if there was anything for him.
What is his birthday?
His birthday is 7/25.
So here we have someone who feels like they're stuck, they're stagnant, they're not really having a lot of as much interaction as they would like. So encouraging interaction and finding a way for him to have more company would be ideal for him.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dorothy, for your call. We greatly appreciate your calling in. Bye for now.
And I thank you. I
My
thank you
pleasure.
for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. Let's take a look at our Facebook page and our YouTube page. I'd love to talk to our friends on Facebook and YouTube. And if you'd like to have a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, you can go to SarahSpiritual.com, and there you'll find out about all the sessions that I offer. And you'll have the opportunity to book a session, and we can have a one-on-one general session, which will give us quite a bit of time to discuss all of life's little ins and outs. And I know sometimes we can't get into all the details on radio, but I'm so glad to be able to have an opportunity to offer you answers to life's most simple and complicated questions. Let's take a look at our Facebook and our YouTube page. Let's pull up some questions right now, and we'll see what we've got going on. We've got Ashley Foreign, and she's like, do I see any love coming? And, Ashley, it's kind of funny, but I know that love is meant to come in your life, but you also seem like you're kind of busy and very busy getting things done for yourself. So you need to slow down a bit and pay attention to some of the signals that are out there. Let your guard down. You know who you want and the type of person you want, so you're not going to get yourself caught in any traps. When I look at where you are, I see here the energy of love is something that can happen for you in this powerful time of this energy of June, July, August. So sometime coming past your birthday, you should notice a better energy of love and people being interested in talking, and it's up to you to let them in and give them a shot, right? Don't push everyone away. You never know. Someone may not really show their best foot forward in the first minute or two you meet them, but they may have quite a bit to offer if you get to know them. So Ashley Foreign, yes, love is coming. And I also see great job opportunities and expansion coming for you as well. And when I spin you back, I want you to ask yourself this question as we go back in time, and I spin you back into the energy of 2017 into 2018. Who were you with? What was going on? We're closing out this chapter of love energy that didn't serve you. So whatever was going on in your relationship life then, whatever you had removed yourself from, remember, this is your chance to have a fresh start, a new beginning. We don't want to attract a different version of what you had going on back in 2017, 2018. Ashley, thank you so much for your Facebook question. Let's take one more from Facebook or YouTube before we go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. Let's see, we have anyone else on our Facebook page? All right, then we're going to pop over to our phone lines, and let's go to Gina. Gina is in Jensen Beach. Gina, how are you tonight? Are you with us, Gina? All right, let's see if we can get Gina on the line. Otherwise, we're going to pop on over to another caller. All right, we're going to go to from Jensen Beach with Gina.
Hello.
Hi, Gina. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, Gina. Good to have you here. How did you hear about the show?
I was flipping through the stations tonight and came across you for the first time and was so glad to.
Well, welcome to our family. We're here hanging out every Wednesday. Where have you been? I've been sitting here almost 16 years waiting for you, honey. What's going on?
Oh, I've got a couple things going on.
All right.
I've got my dad who is not been well for quite some time, mentally and physically. So that's been very draining on both of us.
Yes. So, Gina, let me just tune into this energy here. So the first thing that I see here is this is a year of important financial decisions. It is a year of contracts, money. It is a year of transition, work, things having to do with anything financial for you and anyone in your family. So we need to pay attention to that. When I move you further into the year and I get you closer to your birthday, this is when we ask the question, what is the meaning of life? And I know you've started to ask that question when being faced with your dad not being at 100% and, you know, looking at life and recognizing the mortality of life as well. So when I look at this energy, I do see that this is a year of some challenge for you, but I do feel that the connection that you have in taking care of your dad and making sure things are all right, you're doing the best you can. So you have to give yourself grace. What is your father's birthday, please?
April 22nd, 1937.
Well, his health has been, when I look at last year at this time to this year, there's been a significant decline. Is that true? In the past year, he was actually not doing too badly until about last year. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is 100% true.
Right. So when I look at this, I am made aware of, you know, his soul contract, and he's still giving a good shot at being able to stay. So Dad is not looking to exit this stage left anytime soon. But do know that his spirit feels a little weak, and I feel as if there's a sadness, a sorrow in him, and I feel like it has to do with people who are no longer here on the earth. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Female energy connected to you. Did Mom pass, please?
She did.
Yeah. So I feel this energy of Mom's energy around you, or female energy connected, that it presents as if she's a mom to me. I feel this energy. I feel that, your dad is looking for that energy as well. And I'm also made aware that his mother's energy is very much around him. Has he been talking about his mom recently, Gina?
Not really.
Okay.
I talk about his parents quite a bit, though.
Okay. So her energy is around him as well. And you may notice he starts to talk about her more, because I do feel like there's a part of him that is a little bit more aware of the other side in these recent months. So there's just a more significant connection for him now. And so you may find that he's mentioning her and or your mom. So there'll be quite a bit of chatter about the people who have already left the earth. Gina, what is your secondary question for me here tonight?
The other one is I've been out of work for quite a while, and I've been exploring many different opportunities, but nothing has gelled yet, and I'm just wondering where that stands, where that's going.
Well, you needed the rest, you needed the break, but remember I said it's a financial year. So yes, it is going to be the year of work, money, career, reinvention, redesign of self. It is key to redesign self at this time. I feel like you were really caught in a routine, a bit of a trap. And so your father not being 100% also gave you an opportunity to kind of focus on him and focus on what needed to be done, focus on family, focus a bit more on yourself, and now we'll be branching out. And so when I take you into the month of June, I feel like you're on a better path, a better track. I feel like independence is important to you in the work-life balance. So I feel like there'll be some kind of work opportunity that gives you some flexibility, or perhaps it is contractual or almost as if you work for yourself, even though you're under the umbrella of another company. Does that make sense to you?
Awesome. Yes, thank you.
Is that something like what you're looking for, Gina?
It is.
Perfect.
Yes.
Then you write it down and talk to the universe and tell the universe what you would like. Gina, we have a center in West Palm Beach, the Expedito Enlightenment Center. Just so you know, Sarah Spiritual is on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. So Jensen Beach isn't that far, so maybe one day you need to come on down, take a ride, and check out our metaphysical center and see all the great tools we have to assist people in the power of manifesting. And perhaps we'll have a one-on-one session as well.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Gina. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines. I've got to go to Erica. Erica is in New York. Erica, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm okay.
Great, Erica. And what is your question for us tonight?
I recently broke up with my boyfriend. I have had readings from you before. You did say that around my birthday things would get better, which they are.
Good.
I do have a friend that has been helping me out financially, but I am still feeling like I miss my ex, and I'm also feeling a little unsure as to my next steps.
Well, your next steps represent your new beginnings. So choose wisely.
Yeah. Okay.
Step into your power. We don't want to be connected to others and be dependent, right? So we want to find a way to have a little more flexibility in being our own foundation so that we never have to feel as if somebody else's relationship with us determines whether we're able to survive, right?
Exactly.
This is something that you will be able to accomplish. I know it's going to be baby steps. I feel as if there's work, business energy coming for you. And when I look at the work energy, I feel as if there's a way for you to generate abundance for yourself. I know that we are healing love, but I will say that this is also a year that prepares you for new love that comes closer to 2026. So you've got about 6 months or so of by yourself, self-discovery, connecting to loving yourself more, and designing your work for yourself so that you can have flexibility and financial freedom. And then from there, we meet someone. But remember, we're looking for a partner that is going to be an equal vibrational match and someone that you don't have to feel as if we have to. You know, the difficulty in your other relationship was at times, I don't know that you were able to be true to yourself because even though you loved him, you were trying to please him and it's not always pleasing yourself. Does that make sense to you, Erica?
Oh, totally abandoned myself for him.
Yeah.
And
So
it never was enough.
It never was enough. And now we have to love ourselves, put ourselves first, which is so important. And as you put yourself first and step into your personal power, this is going to attract a better partner for you, somebody who is going to be strong and able to support you in every way.
I just wasn't sure if there's something I should be focusing on more because I was a belly dancer before. I've also done acting. And I've also been doing a lot of work, like spiritually, psychologically, physically. And that's definitely something I'm very passionate about. Like, I definitely would love to have, like, some type of spiritual business.
And you most certainly can do that.
I'm feeling a little unclear.
One of the things you can do, Erica, is you might want to see if there's a way for you to take, like, a sound bowl healing class. Perhaps you can offer sound bowl, because, music and belly dancing, that's still a part of you, right? Study
Yes.
something having to do with spiritual movement, dance,
Mhm.
yoga, but I don't see you as a yoga instructor, but, spiritual dance, spiritual movement, you can conduct
Yeah.
classes, anything having to do with music, energy, flow, that would be good. That also opens up your intuitive side. So, you could help people. Very often people use tuning forks to help them adjust their energy and balance their energy. And then you can give them like
Yeah.
a little reading along with that if you're on a one-on-one. But if you do groups, you
Yeah.
could do sound bowls and really put in music and dance
Mhm.
there and really bring it all together. So I think that would be a great
Right.
path for you. And these are things that you can study that would not be overly expensive to do.
Yeah.
And in just a few
Yeah.
months, you would have the knowledge that you need to get yourself going.
Mhm. Yeah.
So let's take a look at that, Erica, and use the talents that you already have mastered and put them into work.
Okay.
All right, Erica,
All
thank you
right.
so much. We greatly appreciate your call. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the Oldies station. We're going to pop in for a call in Boca. We have just a little time left. Let's see. We've got Maddie on the line. Maddie, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, Maddie. Good to make this connection
Hello.
with you.
Hi. So I just had a few questions. So I recently, kind of recently, it was last year, like last summer, my cat had ran away, and she was like my best friend, like in a cat form.
Yes.
And I got a new cat, but I don't know where my old cat is, if you know what I mean. I want to know that she's like okay, and like, or see if she's like, or did she pass away?
Okay. What is your cat's name?
Callie.
Callie? Yeah. It's interesting. I'll give you this 30-second story. We had a woman call. I think she was from Oregon, I believe. And she would call and she's like, my cat ran away. We had just moved. I don't know where my cat is. And she was like, I don't know and she would call again and say, is my cat still coming back? And I would say yes. And I remember saying to Spirit, oh, good God, please bring the cat back. And sure enough, the cat came back. She got her cat back. It was like a love fest, right? So Callie is okay. Callie has not passed. I feel like Callie is being taken care of somewhere. Did you have a chip in Callie so that you could have her scanned, or?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So I guess whoever found her just didn't ask for that. But someone did find her, and she is safe, all right? So just know. And because you and Callie were soul sisters, literally soul sisters, she was the minute you started talking, you talked about your cat, I'm like, oh my God, that was her spirit animal. She was like your guide, okay? Your guide in cat form.
She was.
And so you can still talk to her, and she'll hear you, she'll feel you. So just know that you guys are always connected. What is what is your new cat's name?
Harley.
Harley? Good.
Yeah.
How old is that little cat?
She's about 9 months old.
Beautiful. Great. How did you hear about the show, Maddie?
Hear about the show?
Yes.
My boss.
Who's your boss?
Her name is Shayna. She actually came into your office, when was it? Like a month ago.
Wow.
A few weeks ago.
You be sure to thank Shayna for me. I greatly appreciate that.
I will.
All right, Maddie, we're getting ready to wave off for the show, so I'm glad I was at least able to connect for you and know the little Callie's okay. Embrace your new pet. I know it's not the same relationship, and I know that you're kind of feeling a little empty because you don't have Callie, but Callie is all right. And just trust that the universe will protect Callie, and that you will forge a better relationship with your current cat. You guys will begin to bond more, and great things are coming for you. This is a great year of expansion and growth for you, of your spiritual growth as well as your emotional growth. So a lot of good things will happen for you towards the end of this year.
Okay, yay. That's good. Hopefully, Okay, thank you so much.
All right, Maddie. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye. Well, if you'd like to call in to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, then we'd love to talk to you next Wednesday night. Let's make it a date. Every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m., we hang out with all of you answering your questions. That's what we're here for. So I'd love to talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you so much for sharing time and space with us. If you'd like to learn more about my work, go to SarahSpiritual.com. There you'll find out about all of my sessions, and you'll find out about my metaphysical center, the Expedito Enlightenment Center on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Thanks so much. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.